Out of all the projects that I've done, the project that I get asked the most about is the Phil Robertson documentary that I did for Realtree. Excuse the raccoon eyes. I do have a 15-month-old who is going through a sleep regression, so I'm a little tired, but it's not because of that. I was swimming earlier today, and the goggles give me some crazy raccoon eyes. It makes me look a little goofy, so don't worry too much about me. When Realtree asked me to do this project, I didn't really have much expectation because it was such a run-and-gun project. But it now has over 1.5 million views on Realtree's YouTube channel, which is just pretty crazy. A little bit of a backstory for this. Realtree is a company I've been working for now for like at least 5 years. This is one of the first projects that I've actually filmed fully. I did a lot of drone stuff for them before that. But they said, hey Holt, we're gonna go to West Monroe and you're gonna film Phil Robertson and we're gonna do a documentary on him. I said, all right. So at the time I was just shooting Blackmagic, the 6K Pro. I brought that, and I brought some audio gear, lav mic, and a boom mic, and then a little shotgun mic that I threw on the Blackmagic. And they said, all right, you're gonna get in the buggy, the side-by-side with Phil, and you're gonna ride around with him for about 4 or 5 hours on his property. He's gonna talk about property management, everything under the sun, and you're just gonna sit there and film him, press record. So I sat in the side-by-side with him for 4 or 5 hours. Is a huge honor. One of the few guys that's been able to do that other than like his close friends and family, and the guy is just content gold. Everything he said was either funny or insightful, and he was telling me all about his battle with the beavers. You know, he'd turn it on. He knew when I wasn't recording. If he had something to say, he's like, all right, hey, record. I'm gonna say something that you're gonna want to get. There's a few times that I wasn't recording because I was just listening to him. He said, were you recording for that? And I said, no. He goes, well, hit the record button. Spending that much time with us and giving us that much time was just awesome. I'll just give you a few little anecdotes, but one story he made sure to tell me was he played ball with Terry Bradshaw, and he told me that he was better than Terry Bradshaw, and that if he wanted to, he could have gone that route, but he didn't want to. He wanted to be an outdoorsman, and he liked duck hunting too much, so. He said if you called Terry Bradshaw, he'd tell you the same thing. So I thought that was funny. One of the funniest things he said was, because I was curious, he kept talking about beavers and how they were destroying his habitat, this, that, and the other. And he has a certain feeling towards beavers if you've ever watched the show. And I said, hey Phil, how many beavers are on this property? He looks at me dead in the eye, goes, thousands. And I mean, this is like, you know, he has about 1,000 acres, not just a little bit of hyperbole there, but I just thought it was so funny. What you see on Duck Dynasty is what you're getting. The guy just has as a kid say, an aura about him. He demands a presence. He's just a larger than life character, and it was just cool to be able to share that day with him. It was just a big honor, and I'm grateful that I was able to do that, and that Realtree gave me that opportunity. Like I said, I shot this on one camera, like most of the B-roll stuff, just Blackmagic, one lens, 18-35, a Sigma, which is a great lens for something like this. Like I didn't have a chance to really change lenses. I was, you know, pretty much filming the entire time I was out there. And I had just a lav mic and a shotgun mic, as I said. So very, very minimal, very, very run and gun. And the reason for that is because he didn't want to have a big crew out there, and it was more of an intimate interview and an intimate documentary. So it was just almost like a tell-all documentary style. If we would have gotten a large crew out there, he probably would have not opened up as much, or he wouldn't have trusted us. But for something like this, like you have to know your subject, and you have to understand like what they're going to be comfortable with in order for them to open up. So that's why we chose to do that. And then interview wise, like this is obviously the interviews for documentaries are probably the most important, because you want to get if you don't have the story out, if you don't have the right dialogue and audio, it doesn't matter. Like you could have gotten the coolest shots ever, but if you don't have anything to carry that story, then it's just going to be all for naught. So we knew this was going to have to be a quick interview setup. Like he doesn't have all the time in the world to do this. And so we just had one big key light. I think it was an Aperture 300 and softbox on it. We motivated it from the window. And We really wanted this to feel like it was lived in. So like we didn't really do any we didn't have time to do any set design. We knew he'd want to sit in his chair. Probably wasn't the most ideal spot, but like it felt like Phil. It was messy, it was lived in, and we wanted it to feel that way. He had all his books, his sweet tea, all his journals and logs that he logs all his hunt in. Like we wanted all that to be in the shot. And we had, I think, 3 different cameras set up, boom mic, and then we had a lav mic just to make sure, you know, you're safe. You have different ways to capture audio. And we sat down, we asked him one question, and he gave us 45 minutes of good audio. And when he was done, he looked around, said, "We're done," stood up, walked out. For something like this, like I think a lot of times when we're filming interviews, we want to like craft and conduct and like, hey, I'm gonna ask this question to get this out of him. With a guy like this, with a guy like Phil, who's done this a million times and he's just content gold, you let him talk. He's also, you know, at the time he was an older guy, and he's not gonna like a young dude like me or whoever else is conducting the interview to tell him what to say. He's gonna say what he wants to say and he's gonna get up. So like you just have to pretty much pray that he's gonna say some good stuff, and he's going to, but be flexible and just understand that like this isn't one of those projects that you're gonna have to showcase your directing chops on or your interview skills on. Like this is just one of those, you're just gonna let them talk, you're gonna listen, and that's it. Just don't overcomplicate it with stuff like this. Don't overcomplicate it. The biggest thing that I've learned from that shoot was chase stories first. Don't get caught up in budget. Don't get caught up in, oh, I need to have the biggest crew, the best crew. I need to have I need to rent out an RA Alexa. I need to have the best glass. I need to make sure that I have half-done grip truck and all that. Like, no, we didn't have any of that for this, and people loved it because of, first of all, who it was. I would always just say chase stories first, and once you have the story, if you have the luxury to do all those other things, then great, because you could supplement a story like this with incredible cinematography, then yeah, that's the best thing you can do. But a lot of times you can't do that, so you just have to maximize what you're given and know that story is story, and that's the most important thing. Like, was this the most cinematic thing? Was this the prettiest thing I've ever shot? No, but it's one of the it's a documentary that I filmed that has gotten by far the most engagement and the most views probably than any other project that I've done. I didn't actually edit that. Dylan Baker actually edited that, and he did a great job. But I did the majority of the filming, and it was an extreme honor to be able to shoot something like this. Thanks to Realtree for giving me the opportunity, and thanks to Phil and the Robertsons for allowing us to do it. And he's since passed, and I didn't know Phil very well, but he showed me a lot of love and respect, and I've actually done a few different things with him, the Robertsons, and they've been nothing but kind and great and godly and God-fearing people. So rest in peace, Phil. And if this is a style of video that you guys like, I'd love to do more of it. It's extremely fun to do. So give me a like, subscribe. It helps out the channel, and it helps me want to be able to put more time into stuff like this. So, but yeah, appreciate you guys watching.